grips one invisible control and turns it slowly toward richer dark. A watch face dims near the edge of the table. The lamp keeps lowering into amber. The bass arrives like a careful adjustment, and everything in the room moves 1 degree closer to want. There is an art to changing mood without ever calling attention to the switch. The room calibrates beautifully. A little more warmth, a little more pull. No brighter room could ever tune me. With such patience and body as one that understands afterglow. The bass acts like a hidden hand, turning the dark into a deeper register. No public room could ever hold this tuning, so close and so exact. Everything begins to resonate, and every beat says, we are not finished yet. This is why the room becomes a mechanism. It knows how to set me perfectly. The afterglow turns from residue to need. Once the dial starts moving, I begin craving that adjustment, the one that makes the room feel just a little harder to leave. So let the room keep all its hidden settings, and let the bass keep turning them low. The feeling deepens through calibration more than through anything abrupt. It stays because the dial stays warm, under hush, under glow, under skin. Inside the room's better tuning. Afterglow dial, let the dark turn 1 step more. Afterglow dial, keep the low end tuned and warm. Afterglow dial, make the room stay half alive. The candle's running out, the feeling stays. The room proves itself most after midnight, when nothing extra is left to impress. A watch lies quiet near the lamp base. The dark holds 1 exact line of gold. The bass arrives and the body answers, and everything becomes evidence of what this room can do. There is a proof that only night can make, a slower certainty under the skin. The room does not ask belief, it demonstrates impulse and warmth. No brighter room could ever convince me, with such body and such patience, as one that stays this exact. The bass records its own argument, a low line under every breath. No public room could ever hold desire this measurable and close. Everything checks out at this tempo, and every beat says the room was right all along. This is why the room becomes addictive. Its proof does not fade by morning. The body remembers what was demonstrated. The dark remembers how it fit. I start craving that certainty, the one the room provides without ever speaking loudly. So let the room keep proving itself at night, and let the bass keep every case alive. The feeling deepens through certainty more than through anything promised. It stays because the proof stays warm. low, exact, and under the skin, inside the after hours dark. After hours proof, the dark make its own case. After hours proof, keep the low and close and true. After hours proof, make the room undeniable. Candles running out, but the feeling staying. Something small turns the whole room dangerous. A finger on the dimmer, a breath too close. A photograph on the wall goes darker. A satin line slips from the edge of a trunk. The air changes before the music does, and all at once the room becomes too intimate to call innocent. No obvious alarm, no obvious spark, just a shift in how the dark behaves. The window glass reflects a lower self. The floor seems farther from my pulse. Bedroom noir trigger, elegant and exact. A private switch the room keeps hidden until the hour is ready. Oh, the bass enters like a coded signal, barely there and instantly undeniable. No brighter room could start a feeling with so little visible effort. The shadows sharpen around the lamp, and every object looks suddenly like it knows more than I do. This is why I never trust the room entirely. It knows the exact move to make me stay. One tilt of light, one darker beat, and all my practice distance fails. The noir begins and almost nothing then grows until it feels inevitable, like desire wearing evening clothes. So let the room keep all its hidden switches and let the bass answer when they turn. The feeling deepens through suggestion more than through any open flame. It stays because the trigger stays buried in lamplight, pulse and hush warm soul. The bedroom after dark. Bedroom plates on polished wood, and every breath I take in here feels meant for no one else to hear. There is relief in being unobserved. The dark gets truer when it isn't seen. No audience could improve this warmth. No witness could make the hush more real. The room keeps all its better textures for the moments after public light, when wanting no longer needs a face. The bass arrives like privacy itself, a lower layer under every thought. No brighter room could hold me this close than one unwatched and self-contained. The night folds inward at the corners, and everything I almost said turns beautiful by staying private. This is the hour I start to trust too much, the one that keeps no record of my need. It lets me lean without becoming visible. It lets the room stay richer than confession. The dark knows how to keep a secret warm, and that is why I come back to after hours without witness. So leave the room unwritten in the dark, and let the bass remember what I want. The feeling deepens through invisibility, more than through anything displayed. It stays because the hour stays hidden in hush and pulse and lowered gold, where no one else belongs. Staying in. The feeling staying in. The feeling staying in. The feeling staying Breath moves through the room like stitching, connecting lamp glow to the edge of the bed. A ribbon lies loose near the mirror stand. The dark gathers softly at the floorboards. The bass begins under every inhale, and all the separate things in the room start feeling sewn together. There is a pattern in how warmth travels from pulse to breath to silence to skin. The room keeps threading one into the next till nothing feels isolated anymore. No brighter room could ever hold this weave than one where air itself behaves like fabric against the body. The bass catches every exhale and knots it low beneath the groove. No public room could ever feel this close, this stitched together, dark and warm. Everything starts connecting inward, and every beat pulls one more thread. let the bass keep tying every line. The feeling deepens through connection, more than through anything abrupt. It stays because the weave stays warm. And hush, and pulse, and breath, and skin. Inside the room's invisible cloth breath rest. Let the air stitch through the room. Breath rest. Keep the low and under breath. Breath rest. Make the dark feel woven warm. The candles running out, but the feelings staying in. The room proves itself most after midnight, when nothing extra is left to impress. A watch lies quiet near the lamp base. The dark holds one exact line of gold. The base arrives and the body answers, and everything becomes evidence of what this room can do. There is a proof that only night can make a slower certainty under the skin. The room does not ask to believe, it demonstrates impulse and warmth. No brighter room could ever convince me, with such body and such patience, as one that stays this exact. The bass records its own argument, a low line under every breath. No public room could ever hold desire that's measurable and close. Everything checks out at this tempo, and every beat says the room was right all along. This is why the room becomes addictive. Its proof does not fade by morning. The body remembers what was demonstrated. The dark remembers how it fit. I start craving that certainty, the one the room provides without ever speaking loudly. So let the room keep proving itself at night, and let the bass keep every case alive. The feeling deepens through certainty, more than through anything promised. It stays because the proof stays warm, low, exact, and under the skin. Inside the after hours dark, after hours proof. Let the dark make its own case. After hours proof. Keep the low end close and true. After hours proof. Make the room undeniable. The candles running out, but the feelings staying in. The room moves without spilling anything. No mess, no splash, just a clean up glide. A glass sits still beside the lamp base. The groove slides in with polished ease. The dark travels softly across the floor, and everything begins to drift. anything abrupt. It stays because the drift stays clean, warm, low, and beautifully controlled inside the room's soft current. Dripless drift. Let the dark move clean and slow. Dripless drift. Kick the low and smooth beneath. Dripless drift. Make the room feel hard to shake. The candle's running out. The feelings stay. Dripless drift. The room stops floating and begins to move. A zipper glints on the back of a chair. The lamp sharpens into cleaner amber. The floor takes on a low magnetic swing. My body notices before my mind that something in the dark has changed from stillness into rhythm. The haze no longer only softens edges. It starts arranging them to a beat. A small reflection runs across the wall and settles in time with the bass. No brighter room could turn like this, from dreaming to controlled motion, without losing any intimacy. The bass steps forward 1 degree, enough to tilt the whole room closer. No bright dance floor could improve this shift. The groove stays private and body close. Everything learns a slower swing, and the dark begins to wear movement, like tailored after hours silk. This is the point where I always stay. The moment calm becomes dependence. The room gets harder to leave once it moves, because motion gives the wanting shape, and every object seems more alive for having entered the new pulse at exactly the right speed. So let the haze complete the room. A line of gloss, a softened edge of gold. The lamp skims over silver in one pass. The bass arrives beneath the glassy hush, and everything reflected back looks more expensive than before, just for living in this light. There is a surface pleasure in the dark, a gloss that doesn't flatten depth. The room where it shines without becoming loud. It keeps elegance under control. No brighter room could hold this balance than one that lets the sheen live quietly on the edge of hush. The bass moves under the mirror's face, a low polish under every line. No public room could ever keep reflection. This body close and private, everything gets smoother through the groove, and every beat leaves one more gleam across the dark and silver. This is why the room turns difficult. It gives the dark a finish I can't quit. The gloss becomes a soft obsession, a reason to keep the lamp low. The body starts craving polished hush more than any obvious brightness. The room knows exactly why. So let the glass keep all its living shine, and let the bass keep smoothing every line. The feeling deepens through polish more than through anything exposed. It stays because the gloss stays warm and silver, in pulse, in hush, in dark. Across the room's reflected skin, gloss on the mirror. Let the dark look smooth and warm. Gloss on the mirror. Keep the low end under shine. Gloss on the mirror. Make reflection feel alive. The candle's running out, but the feeling's staying in. Gloss on the mirror. Gloss on the mirror. The light in this room behaves beautifully, never scattered, never wasted. A ring of gold holds at the lamp's lower edge. A satin seam holds still on the chair. The bass enters with exact intention, and all the brightness in the room learns to move in time. There is pleasure